Yerp, what's goody team? Mr. Luan, welcome my brother. Kendall, yerp. Hope everyone had a good day today. Give everybody another minute to join, and then we will get started. Any questions, let me know. Any specific pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know whether or not they're on our list. The ones we're going to be going over in order are the ones you see on the right hand side with the red flag next to their name, starting off with AUD-USD, finishing off with US oil. Did this sound like you had a good one? I had a great day, man. I have a great day every single day. It's a great day to have a great day. Oh man, I am tired though. I'm not gonna lie. Cappy lost a 2v2 to French guys. So fucking Italians, man. That shit. Nah, but that was yesterday though. It's all good. You know, second place to fucking lost to D-Mac. I never thought I'd see the day where I lose to D-Mac. But it's all good, man. That was yesterday. So I'm chilling today. What you eat today? Yo, guess. Yeah, second place. Yeah, we got second place and we got third place in another one, yo. I'm sitting on a fucking bronze and silver surf a week into the game, bro. Shit's pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all good. We'll get a gold, man. We will get one. Taco Bell. You guys know me so well. Yeah, you guys know me so well. Goddamn Taco Bell, bro. Fucking two chalupas, two burritos, and a water, of course. You guys think you're funny, huh? Guessing my goddamn meal. You guys are stalkers, is what it is. For the ones watching the recording as well, if you guys have any questions, let me know. You could type the question in the chat in the comment section. You could hit me up on Discord, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you guys feel comfortable. You eat Taco Bell every day. Easy reads. Alright, yeah. Good comms. It's insane work. I don't eat Taco Bell every day. It's probably like if we look at it in a month, like in a month, I probably eat Taco Bell like 15 times in a month. So it's not like an everyday thing at all. Yeah, as a matter of fact, what time is it? 7:08. We got till 7:10. We'll start at 7:10. We're gonna do some investigation right now. The 50-50 win percentage. Hey, yo, Taco Bell has my heart, bro. They're so good. Let's see, we're in November, right? So in November, I've eaten Taco Bell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only eaten it 8 times this month. Let's see October, right? Let's do a little back testing. Oh, this is bad. All right. October 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exactly, 15. There you go. Right? 15 in October. Right? August I only did it twice. September 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times in September. So it's like not bad, bro. Like 6 times in June. Black bean grilled cheese burrito. I haven't even had that. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many things you could do. A black bean grilled cheese burrito. Taco Bell? I didn't even know they had grilled burrito cheese, whatever you just said. I'm about to look that up right now. Oh wow, there is a grilled cheese burrito. A black bean grilled cheese burrito. Wow. I've never seen that before. I think they just added that actually. Or I'm not even. Hold on. This is probably why. Let me see. Change location. They do have a black bean grilled cheese. Never seen that before. Why? That looks so fire. You know why I've never seen it? Because I go into like the. You know, they have like a veggie menu. I always go into the veggie menu. I never go into like the actual ones where they see like the burritos, tacos. I see it in the burrito though. Black bean grilled cheese burrito. But that shit looks fire. 5.39 though, they're bugging. Add potatoes, fire. Give me the Doritos Locos Tacos. Yo, 7 of them facts. I used to fuck those up. Yo, I am not spending $10 on 2 burritos. When I could spend $1 on the cheesy bean and rice burrito, add potatoes, it's $1.50. Order 6 of them bitches. I'm telling you, bro. Taco Bell for me is 10 out of 10. As soon as, and that was like the best. Shout out to E for that. Because I didn't eat Taco Bell when I was eating meat. I didn't like it, right? Their beef is disgusting. The chicken was the only thing that was good there, but it wasn't. I wasn't a fiend for Taco Bell before I stopped eating meat. And there was one time he came down. It was probably like 2021 maybe 2020 2021. He was like, "Yo, you don't eat Taco Bell?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't really. There's nothing there for me to eat. You know, this I didn't wasn't introduced to it or anything like that when it came to the vegetarian side of the menu." He was like, "Yo, let's go to Taco Bell." That motherfucker changed my life, yo. Ever since then, I was eating Taco Bell, bro, every fucking single day when I was in college. Every single day. Ali, the quesadillas, them shits was gas. Yeah, the quesadillas at Taco Bell were fire. I will say that. When I did eat Taco Bell, that's what I ate. The quesadilla or the chips with the side of cheese. That shit's fire. The cheesy roll-ups. But I can't eat the cheesy roll-ups now. They're completely different than before. I don't know what they did. That's one thing I just haven't ordered since fucking like 2014, maybe 2013. Cheesy roll-ups, though, you dip it in the cheese. Oh man. But like now they give you the roll-up and it's not even melted. It's cold. Not even. This isn't worth $1. All right, let's get started. We were talking a lot of bullshit. So pretty much same thing what we were talking about yesterday, team. You know, a lot of these pairs are in zones of consolidation, just moving sideways. Right? Notice how last week, what was price doing? Moving down, right? Downtrending. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? And ever since the beginning of the week, what has price been doing? Right? This was Monday, today's Tuesday. Price has just been moving sideways. So this is a point in the market where I decide, like what I told you guys in the Discord this morning, I decide to stay away. Why? Again, trading is all about the whys. If you don't have a reasoning as to behind why you're doing something, then are you really doing something with intentions or are you just doing it just because? Meaning, if you understand why you're not trading or why you're not really supposed to be trading in these areas, and the answer to that why, what you should be questioning, right, which is what is a zone of consolidation? When price is moving sideways, what is it? Why is it happening? This is an area in the market where the market makers are trapping traders. They're inducing traders, making them believe that price is going to go down, for you to open up a sell position, and then for them to hunt for your stop losses, right? Make price reverse, go up, hit your stop loss, and now you lost money. Or vice versa. Make you believe that the market is going to go up, which then your impulse is to get into a buy position, and then price goes down. And it happens in these areas every single time, right? Makes you believe that price is going to continue these uptrends, right? Because how many people you think bought into this at the beginning of the week? Oh, we ended up the week on a double bottom. We have a W formation. The break of structure retest. What happened? Boom. If you got into these buy positions, straight to stop loss, right? Made you believe that this is where price was going to turn around to continue to go short. And what happened? Price went back up to the top side and continued to do the same thing, right? Again, it gave you a little double bottom here. How many traders do you think were in these buy positions? Beautiful. Oh, it has a break of structure, the retest. We're going to go up. And what happens? Price goes down and hits your stop loss. Same thing. 9 in the morning, market open for the NYC session. Look at this one candle. How many traders do you think got caught in this candle, thinking that price was going to go down and continue the downtrend push, right? Because, oh, it induced the highs, we have to go low. But it's not, because you've never gotten a break of structure of the lows and you never got a break of the highs until the end of the session that happened up here. So this is where now, if you're looking to get into buy positions, this is the safest place to get into a trade, because price already gave you the break of the zone of consolidation. Now, for me personally, I don't trade counter trend. The overall trend for AUD/USD is a downtrend. So I'm looking for price to give me the lower high. Oh, and I should have, let me go back. Sorry, I should have. Give me 1 second. There you go. When you go into the daily time frame, once again, we know we're in a downtrend, lower lows and lower highs. We're in level 3 on a downtrend, right? We had the first push, the first zone where price is moving sideways, the second level, the second zone where price is moving sideways, and then we had price give us the break of the zone of consolidation that gave us the lower low. Now I'm looking for price to give me a set lower high to then start looking for trades going short to continue into the next lower low all the way down here. So right now, we know that the daily time frame just giving us fake outs. What we explained yesterday, we have a daily time frame shoulder head shoulder. That price has just been inducing the lows. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour time frame shoulder head shoulder, which is the same thing. Price is just inducing these lows. Hasn't given us a break of structure yet. So then now again, you go into the 30-minute time frame, already understanding that price is not on a real downtrend. You know that you could start taking these long positions to the top side. But you still have to respect the structure. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on. Respecting the structure how? Right now on the 30-minute time frame, even though these long positions look good, you still have to keep an eye on the fact that you're still on a downtrend. Lower low, lower high, lower low. So understanding, yes, even though internally all of these moves are happening and it looks like price wants to continue these pushes to the top side, understand that price could give you a lower high, right? If you're looking at the trend, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Price could give you this lower high here and give you another push down to the bottom and just continue to trap traders. It doesn't have to give you another low, but they could use this zone for price to just consolidate and just continue to trap traders. So yes, again, I don't trade counter trend, but how would I start trading going long is going to be once price gives us a break of these highs. Right now, I have an understanding that this could be an area, a big zone. We're talking about this day was what day? This was Thursday of last week, right? From Thursday's high down to Friday's lows, price for the next couple days, for the next couple weeks, it could just continue to move sideways and just trap traders going long, trap traders going short, trap traders going high, going long, or going short, right? And a good example of this, I believe, is EuroCAD. Let me see. I'll look for it. It's on the 30-minute time frame. Not EuroCAD, sorry. Euro AUD. Guys, see what I'm talking about here? Great example of what I'm talking about. What I'm thinking that AUD USD is going to do is the same thing that Euro AUD has been doing for the last couple days, where it was trading between these higher highs and higher lows, and for a whole week straight, price was just trapping traders, right? Thinking that price is going to go into a downtrend, turns around, goes into an uptrend, goes back up, right? Gives you a lower high, then goes down, gives you an inducement of the lows, and then skyrockets and hits your stop losses again. So again, for me to start taking trades on AUD USD, there's certain things that need to happen first. When they move, we move. Same thing I said yesterday. Once the market makers give us the indication that they want to start moving, that's when I'm gonna move. And right now they haven't given us clean indications. Not yet. The only indications they've given us is the fact that they've been trapping traders for the last 2-3 days. Right? If you know that the market makers are trapping traders in this specific pair for the last 3 days and it still hasn't given you any confirmations, why would you take a trade? Wait it out. Wait for the breaks to happen. Wait for the trends to start happening. The trend is your friend. It's not the other way around. Right? It's not consolidation is your friend. No. Consolidation, not your friend. You're going to get trapped. Your stop losses are going to get hit. You're going to lose trades. Wait for the trend to start happening. Once you're in the trend, then you take the trade. The trend is your friend. All right, that was a long AUD USD. Wow. And again, every trade, every pair is treated and traded the exact same way. The only difference, some pairs are in an uptrend, some pairs are in a downtrend, some pairs are consolidating. But the blueprint, the skeleton of what we're looking at is the exact same thing. Market makers pattern, 3 levels to the top side, 2 zones of consolidation. Or on a downtrend, you have 3 levels to the downside and 2 zones of consolidation. You have a double top at the top. You have a double top at the top, which is the M formation, or you have the double bottom at the bottom, which is the W formation. The uptrend is the W, the downtrend is the M. If you don't have a W or M at the tops, it could be an inverted shoulder head shoulder. Right, at the highs it'll be an inverted shoulder head shoulder, at the bottoms would be a regular shoulder head shoulder. Those are the only differences. Outside of that, everything's the exact same thing. Are we trending? Are we consolidating? Are we counter trend or are we with the trend? So AUD CAD, we're in the first zone of consolidation on a downtrend. We had the first push to the bottom, and this is where price has just been moving sideways. Rejecting the highs, rejecting the lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, and price came back to the top side, and it's still just rejecting highs. And not only that, but what is price doing? It's moving sideways. Sideways movement. What do we do with sideways movement? Nothing. Let it rock. When they move, we move. Give me the break. Give me the trend. And right now we could see, again, price going crazy, even if you zoom out on the 30-minute time frame. How many traders you thought this was going to be a continuation to go short, goes back up? Gives you a M. Think about it. It gives you a lower high point here. All the traders who thought this is where price was going to turn around. And we don't even have to talk about the change of character, the break of none of that. Let's just look at the trend, looking at how price is moving. How many traders? Let's highlight it so everybody can see it. Higher high, higher low, boom, higher high. Right, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price gives you an inducement of these highs here. And it gives you a double top, which is an M formation downtrend. Right, how many traders you think thought that price was going to continue to go short? And then price skyrockets back to the top side. You already know you're in a zone of consolidation. Stay away. Stay away from the charts. There's nothing to trade, I promise. So then AUD CAD on the 30-minute time frame, we had 2 days of rise, which was Friday and Monday. Today being the third day, price gave us that third day push and finished on a no net. And this is going downtrend, so this is just a no net day. But it did give us that third day push. We're still on the 800 EMA, but this is a pair that, again, we could be expecting price to go a little bit higher. To the top of the zone of consolidation, back to the daily highs, could give us that push. But before price could give us that push to the top side, we need to see price break the top of these highs. That was a horrible line. Once price breaks these highs, this is when we'll see price come back up. If price gives us an inducement of the high, it'll do the same thing it did here, go back down. If it gives us an inducement of the high, it'll do the same thing, go back down. If it gives us an inducement of the high, it'll come back down. If price comes up, gives us another inducement of the high, we know it's going to go back down. Right? Back down to where? Back down to the lows. So we just got to be patient. Wait it out. Let price do what it has to do. And you go on from there. This sounds like Chinese to me. It is Chinese. It's a whole different language. I say that every stream to people. Right? Getting into trading isn't as easy as everybody. And that's why I clown traders. And Kendall would be, since he's the only one here right now, he'll be the one to tell you. I talk shit about all these traders every single day here on the stream. Every single day. Like the beef the best example, but it's different, right? Because the beef that people have with me in gaming, I actually saw it. But like the beef that I have with traders in the industry, they don't know me. So I just talk my shit. Even if they did know me, I'd still talk my shit. This is trading isn't as easy. I always tell people this is a whole how do I even this is a skill just like anything else, like I told you the other day. Right? It's a skill just like anything else. You're gonna need to learn everything, bro. The candlesticks in the market structure, right? The higher highs and higher lows that I'm talking about are the lower lows and lower highs. Market structure in the candlesticks is a language. Is the language of the charts. Right? If you don't know how to read candlesticks, right? If you don't understand that this candle here, for example, and I'll circle it. This candle here, if you don't understand that how it printed, right? The fact that it has such a long wick, and then the body of it, right? That red candle body. The fact that that wick is so long and we have that red candle, we already know that's an exhaustion candle. Right? But if you're not familiar with candlestick analysis, if you don't understand which each candle stands for, you're not going to understand what an exhaustion candle is. Right? You're not going to understand that this is the area where the market is going to turn back around and go back to the bottom. And not a lot of people talk about this. Right? Not a lot of people talk about this. You go online and people are going to tell you, come learn from me and you'll be rich in 6 months. In 3 months, you'll be rich. Come buy the Lambo. And they're not even teaching you candlestick analysis. They're not teaching you market structure. They're teaching you a fucking strategy called turtle soup, Luan. Like, yo, how can we take these guys serious, bro? They're teaching you a fucking strategy called turtle soup. Tartaruga sopa. Yo, imagine that. I said it in your language, yo, so you could understand it better. Tartaruga sopa. Imagine that, yo. How could we take these guys serious? All I know is it's green and red. Green means it went up and red means it went down. Yep, exactly. If they did know it, whoa, bro, what? If they did know you, it'll be a problem. Blackball you like Steve Morrow, bro. That's how it is. And you know that's what would happen, because I'm bad for business. What are the traders doing this shit for free? Again, yo, we've been doing this shit for free for what, 3 years? About to be 4? And it's all the information. I'm not just talking and finishing the stream. I'm giving you guys all the information for 4 fucking years, twice a day. This year was the only year that I didn't really do streams in the morning because I was tired of that shit already. So, yo, they would blackball me because I'm a problem in the industry. I'll be costing a lot of people so much fucking bread. So, that's the reality of it. And imagine if E was active this entire year. It would have been crazy. Yo, yo, get your brother out of the chat, man. Please, man, that better not be your brother, bro. Let's go, Keyshawn, bro. I don't even want to do the session no more. That shit kill my vibe. Yo, I'm not gonna put his business out there, bro. Yo, Keyshawn, you gotta fucking lock in, bro. Nah, I'm not even lying to you. I'm about to fucking blast you on the internet. Those fucking pillow covers see you coming, bro, and they run away. They try to, at least. What I do? Nothing, bro. Nothing. I'm gonna let you, yo. I'm gonna let you rock. You know why? Cause, yo, you still young, bro. I'm a. I still got my hopes up for you. Like, one day I'll probably see you on ESPN next. Like, yo, I know that guy. And I'm gonna tell all these people these fucking stories. Like, yo, can you believe this big ass, little ass kid? What he used to do, bro. Look at him now. On the Virginia Giants. Luan, that's a team, right? Virginia Giants. He say no. Nah, brother, Virginia Giants. That's the team. Nah, it's not New York. Definitely, they're not from New York, but you bugging. Alright, so EA, let's keep it going. So that was my little rant for the day, guys. I haven't had one in a few days. EA, we are in level 3 on an uptrend, right? We had the double bottom, push 1, first zone of consolidation, push 2, second zone of consolidation into push number 3, right? The start of push number 3, and we're expecting price to reach our previous peak highs all the way up here. Currently, for the last, 5-6 months, what has price been doing? Once price got to the higher highs, what did price start doing? Moving sideways. Rejecting lows, rejecting highs, going back to the bottom, rejecting the highs, rejecting the lows, rejecting the highs, rejecting the lows, going back to the top. So what am I going to do with this pair? Absolutely nothing. We're waiting it out. Yo, once price, think about it. We were looking at this pair last week, and I think the previous week too. We've been looking at this for the last 2 weeks. Like, bro, we're back at the bottom. We start making these pushes to the top side. Imagine if we would have gotten into a trade here. We would have gotten trapped in another zone of consolidation. Why? Again, you have to put the reasons as to why. When you're trading, you have to have a reason as to why. You're in a zone of consolidation. Again, a zone of consolidation is an area in the market where the market makers are trapping traders, inducing traders to get into a trade to hit their stop losses. What do we know about zones of consolidation? The middle of the zone of consolidation is where the market makers are trapping the traders the most. And you see it. You just zoom into the chart and you start seeing how price is trapping traders, making you believe that this is where price is going to go higher. Right? Making you believe this is where price is going to go higher and dumps you back at the bottom. Right? Makes you believe that this is where price is going to continue lower lows and lower highs, giving you inducement to the highs, and then doing what? Going back up to the highs. Right? And then, alright, we're back at the bottom. Okay, cool. We're back at the middle. We went to the bottom. Went to the top. Again, same thing. Make you believe that this is where price is going to turn around to continue the uptrend. And then what happens? Goes back to the bottom. Goes back to the top. goes back to the bottom, goes back to the fucking middle, makes you believe that this is where price is going to continue the uptrend, and then what happens? Goes back to the bottom, right? Makes you believe that this is where price now, present time, makes you believe that this is a double bottom to continue these uptrends, and what happens? Price just starts moving sideways, trapping you. If you got into the trade, you're done. If you got into this trade here, look what happened. Straight back down to the bottom. Trapping traders left and right, not giving you room to do anything. So again, it's super simple for me. Trading is very simple for me. But it's simple because I know the rules. Not only do I know the rules, but I respect them. It's the same way, again, the same analogy I give every single time. Yo, Keyshawn, if the fucking stove is hot, why are you still touching the stove? Right? Right, Keyshawn? Right? If you know that the fucking stove is gonna burn your hand, you're not gonna continue to touch it. So if you understand that a zone of consolidation is an area where the market makers are trapping you, why would you continue to trade zones of consolidations? Oh, but I want to touch the stove. When is it going to be cold? Okay, give it a little bit. Give it an hour. Give it 2 hours. Oh, but I want to trade and it's consolidating. Okay. Okay, Keyshawn. Give it a few days. Wait for the break of structure. Once you get a break of structure, you know you can continue to look for those trades. If it gives you an inducement, you know you could take the trades going back to the reversal side. It's the same thing. That's why I love using analogies, because they make sense. And it allows people to be like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense. Yo, there's 500 different pairs you could go trade. Again, all these traders online are going to tell you, trade one pair. If you're trading more than one pair, you're doing it wrong, and that's why you're not profitable. Incorrect. Trade as many pairs as you could add onto your chart. Mark up as many fucking pairs that you can. Why? Because if one pair is consolidating and there's nothing going on, you could go and look for an entry on another pair. And if that pair is trending, take the trade on the pair that's trending. It's that simple. But everybody on Instagram, all these internet gurus, these marketing gurus, these geniuses who learned how to use Instagram and manipulate people's emotions, they're gonna tell you, no, just trade one pair. Just trade one pair. It's okay. No, that's wrong. And I disagree with that. Wholeheartedly, I disagree with it. Never in my life in trading have I ever only said I'm going to trade one pair. Never. I was updating 40 pairs every night for what? 5 years? 4 years? Up until recently. Like, you know, the last 3 years. And the last 3 years was when I dumbed it down a little bit. I'm like, I'm done looking at 40 pairs. I'm going to look at 16, 15 pairs. And I'm only looking at the pairs with the highest ADRs, the ones that's going to pay me the most. That's it. But I could do that now because I already got the skill set that I needed to be able to trade. But that's because I was putting in hours on 40 different fucking pairs. The information that I learned, do you think you're going to learn? You could learn it 100% just trading one pair. 100%. How long you think it's going to take you? Just imagine. In order to be successful at something, they say that you need 10,000 hours. I was putting in 10,000 hours on 40 different pairs. How long you think is going to... Do the math. How many hours is that? So, how long is it going to take you to reach those type of hours? That chart time, the chart vision. How long you think it's going to take you to do that looking at one pair? Just think about it. Do the math. You guys will understand what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give you all the answers, and I'm bad at math too, so I'll probably give you the wrong answer. 10,000 hours on 40 pairs. How many hours is that? You know what? I'm gonna say what people say on Instagram. I did 10,000 hours. How many hours? You know what? I don't want to sound like an idiot. Let's go to Google real quick. Perfect. Got it. I know how many hours in a year now. Yeah, I did 10,000 hours in 4 months. Yeah. Now I'm a clip that I'm gonna post it on Instagram. How the fuck you do 10,000 hours in 4 months when in a year there's only 8,000 hours? Oh shit! You gotta figure it out. I'm gonna give you all the answers. I love Instagram, yo. I'm telling you, bro. These internet gurus, bro. They be fucking chatting up a storm, bro. 40,000. Thank you, Sean. You good at math, yo. So 10,000 hours with 40 pairs. Yo, it's 40,000 hours. Yo, you know what, yo, Keyshawn, whatever they be saying to you at school, bro, I don't care about none of that. I still fuck with you, bro. For real, for real. 10,000 times 40. I said 40. I said 40, my friend. Whatever they say about you, bro, I still fucks with you. 400,000, there you go. EuroCAD, just gonna skip over this one again. All these pairs that are consolidating, I'm just gonna skip through them, guys. There's really no point. I'm gonna say the same thing that we've been talking about. EuroCAD could be a good one. I just don't like this part of the structure here. I'm very tempted to say that this was just lower, and we could say that anyway, but at that point, just say lower low, lower high, lower low, and this would just be the change of character, which looks in a, how do I say this? In a docile way of trading, I will say that this is the change of character. However, on an aggressive style of trading, what I would really say is this is where price. Let me mark this up, bro, because I think I'm just talking at this point. Hold on. Low, lower, high, lower, low. Right, higher, high, lower, low. It'll still be the change of character. My bad. I'm just talking. So we got the change of character. Now, why I was a little hesitant, let's just speak on that real quick. Right, is because we broke above the 800 EMA. Price breaking above the 800 EMA is very good news. The 50 crossing over the 200 EMA is very good news. Price giving us 2 days of rise, very good news. Could be looking for 372. Right, so EU is a pair on my watch list for tonight. Now, I would have loved to have seen something different, which would have been the change of character and the break of structure already. The fact that price just gave us a change of character, I'm still a little 50-50 on this pair. Because this could still just be an inducement of the highs for price to go back down to the bottom. And the reason I'm looking for price to continue a downtrend, overall, again, we go back to the daily time frame. Where are we? We're in an uptrend. We know that. We're in level 2 on an uptrend, right? We had level 1, first zone of consolidation, level 2. Price gave us a higher high, and we're looking for a higher low point. I'm still expecting a steeper pullback on EU. I'm not expecting price to continue to go high from here. I am still expecting price to at least fall to the 200 EMA here on the daily time frame. So when we're looking at structure, when we're looking at where price is at, where we're sitting, even internally, we go to the 4-hour, we're still lower low, lower high. Right? So even though the 30-minute looks good, and it looks like price wants to continue that uptrend push that we're looking for initially, it's still looking like price wants to give us a steeper pullback. So I'm going to be very careful with trading EU, but it is going to be one that I'm going to keep an eye on. If all my rules start following, the only rule that's not going to be followed before I take this 372 is the BOS. But that's okay. Because at this point, once again, in order for price to continue, let's draw this out. Right, price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher high, right? Let's say price gives us a clean higher low somewhere in these areas here and goes back into a higher high, right? What does price need to do? What does price need to do on a 372 day? All it has to do is give you that third day high, right? All price has to do here on the break of structure, that 30-minute high, all it has to do is just give a little inducement. And then here at these inducements, this is where price could turn around and go back down to the bottom. So I'm only going to be looking to take a trade up until these highs. Now, if price gives us a valid break of structure of these highs and gives us a break, and then it gives us another retest, we know that we could take these trades again up here to continue the uptrend push that we're looking for. So it's all about just being patient and just wait. Like, okay. And again, everybody online is going to tell you, take a 1 to 2, a 1 to 1, a 1 to 500. All right, yo. Like, you guys do you. At the end of the day, I'm looking at numbers and I'm looking at market structure. I don't know anything about anything else. This is all mathematical. We have the numbers on screen. Right? We have the numbers on screen. We have market structure on screen. In order for price to continue, let's say you take this trade, right? Boom, you take the trade and you put your TP and you start looking, oh, I'm a 1 to 1. Imagine, in order for you to have a 1 to 1 flat, you need to have a fucking 30 pip stop with a 30 pip TP. You're bugging. You're bugging, right? So I'm going to be looking at math and market structure. I'm going to make sure that, okay, I'm going to have a, let's say, a 8 pip, 9 pip stop loss. My TP at the highs, cool with a 1 to 4. 35 pip TP, perfect. My TP is always going to be the set. The stop loss, it could be tighter. It could be a 2 pip, 3 pip stop, depending how the 1 minute looks like. Or it could be a fucking 10 pip stop. Anywhere in between a 10 and a 2 pip stop. So this trade could easily go back into a 1 to 9, a 1 to 8, a 1 to 7, very easily. But we have to wait for price to develop a little bit. Let price do what it has to do. Follow the rules, right? What do we know about EU? Okay, yes. The 50 is crossing above the 200. That means we're on an uptrend. Perfect. Where are we on EURUSD? We're in level 2. Level 2, I'm looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. So my first point of interest as to where I'm going to be looking to take a trade is when price gives me a bounce off the 200 EMA. Once you have those rules, that's it. What else are you looking for? You don't have to rush into a trade. You don't have to scramble to the fucking 10-second chart to look at. You eliminate that. You're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. Once the trend starts, boom, you get the bounce off the 200 EMA. You see that price is giving you higher highs and higher lows. You take the fucking trade. Take the trade, place your stop loss, place your TP. You're going to win 100% of the time. Let's scratch that. You're going to win 96% of the time because I don't have a 100% win rate this year. I fucked up. I lost one trade. Sorry. It's a 96.4. I think it went higher because I took 3 trades more. So it's probably like a 97% win rate. All you have to do is just follow the rules. Wait for price to move, then you move. It's not the opposite. It's not you're going to take the trade and then the market makers are going to move it into TP. Because you bow down and you, please, God, please, I want my TP to hit. Right? The same way that I used to wake up. Right? The same way I used to wake up or before I go to bed, before school in the morning, I pray to God to do my math homework. The fucker never did it. Right? I don't know about you guys. But again, I've yet to meet a trader that's, I made it because I prayed and then God fucking told me in my dream what I'm supposed to do. Never heard of that. Every trader, real trader that I know that's successful at trading, they had to wake up and put the fucking time in. You want your math homework to be done, you gotta go do it. It is what it is. No one's gonna do it for you. No, I don't know anybody that had a knock on their door because they prayed and then somebody gave them $1 million. Please, I want to be rich. I don't know anybody like that. I've never met anybody. I haven't heard stories. I've heard of people trying that. Definitely, I've heard of a lot of people trying that shit. Never worked out for them. So you gotta put in the time. And again, that's a life thing. That's not even just trading. That's life. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, it doesn't have to be trading. It could be fucking anything. If you don't put in the time, it could be a simple goal of reading 100 books in 1 year. It starts with you fucking turning those pages and starting to read. You're not gonna read those books in your sleep. It's that simple. Right, Keyshawn, you want to go to the NFL. Where does it start? You think praying is gonna get you there? You better fucking start running. Keyshawn, you better fucking start catching those balls, man. Pause. Better start training. That's just what it is. And anything in life. It don't matter what it is, yo. You want to go to Harvard? You better start studying. You better start getting straight A's, 4.0 GPAs, honor classes. You better start doing it. Shit isn't, they're not gonna come knocking, Harvard is not gonna come knocking at your door like, yo, Keyshawn, please come to our school. Yo, sorry, it doesn't work that way. That's not real life. I don't know if you're too young to hear about real life, man. I know you're not, but, it's not all rainbows and sunshine in real life. I catch balls all the time. Yeah, I'm sure you do, bud. I know you into catching balls. Don't worry. The safe place here. You could be open with us. All right, so we're gonna speed it up with these last couple pairs, guys. I think we've given you guys enough information to hold you down for the next 12 hours. Got a day rise on GA. GA also gave us that push that we were looking for, that we were talking about from yesterday, right? Kind of gave it to us pretty quick. Didn't really give us an opportunity to really catch a trade. As soon as it gave us that break that we were looking for, it just went straight to that 30-minute gap. So this is another pair that, yes, it looks good. It did exactly what it had to do for that trade that we were talking about from yesterday. It just unfortunately did not give us the entry that we were looking for. So since this did not give us a break here, I'm not going to say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high. We're going to put that all of this is part of the same trend, right? And we're in peak high territory. So the reason I'm not looking for continuations on GA, peak high territory, all I was looking for was for price to come back. Let's go to the daily time frame real quick so everybody could be on the same page. Right, we're in peak high territory. We could see that price is still downtrending on the lower time frames as well. Lower low, lower high, lower low. All I was looking for was price to give us a little lower high point to fill that gap up. As soon as price filled that gap up, it gave us an exhaustion candle. The 50s below the 200. What else do we want to see? Price is bouncing on or around the 50 EMA. What do we want to see? We're still on a downtrend on the internal time frames. So that lower time frame 30-minute change of character break is not really anything for me. I know that was just price turning around, going from a lower low into a lower high point. When price goes lower low and lower high, what does price do? Right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, boom, lower low. What does price do at the lower lows? It goes high. It goes up. It starts an uptrend. Right? And then when it goes from lower high down to a lower low, it starts a downtrend push. Right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Once it goes to the lower low, what happens? Boom, higher high, higher low, higher. So you're going to see those change of characters on the 30-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame. You're going to see fake and inducement change of characters and break of structures. But this is why all you have to do, let's say that you wake up and you just saw the 30-minute time frame and you saw the change in the break and you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm so nervous. Yo, fucking go up a time frame. What is price doing? Lower lows and lower highs. You know that this is not a good area to continue to look for price to go up. Daily time frame gave you an exhaustion candle. 4-hour time frame, you're on a lower high point. 4-hour time frame, you have an exhaustion candle. 4-hour time frame, you're bouncing off the 800 EMA. Price is respecting the 800 EMA. We know that price respects the 800 EMA. That's the rule. So that's it. All you had to do was go up to the daily and then go down to the 4-hour. Now you understand. Okay, cool. Yes, even though on the 30-minute internal time frame it gave us a change, it gave us a break, above the zone of consolidation, you understand that this is not a high probability trade. Shout out Roger Banks. Roger is going to teach you what a zone of consolidation is, and he's going to teach you that all you're looking for is a break of structure retest to continue. But what he doesn't go into details is understanding why his strategy doesn't work 100% of the time the way that he wants it to. And that's because you're taking a fucking long position when price is downtrending. Market structure is downtrending. Why are you taking a long position? You see what I'm saying? And again, these guys in the industry would hate me. I don't know Roger personally, but I fuck with what he teaches. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to see zones of consolidations the way that he sees it on the internal time frame. I've taken his class. I've seen his sessions. I fuck with what he does. Similar to Q. Very similar to Q. Very similar to Druzy. Or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. The guy that trades GJ, Drew Wise. Right? There are certain things that they did in their trading style, that I've been able to say, okay, yes, this works. But there's a reason why it doesn't work 100% of the time. And that goes for every strategy. It doesn't matter what you trade. Whether it's ICT, order blocks, candle, different patterns, double bottoms, double tops, flag post patterns. Whether you trade fib retracements, order block, I already said that, engulfing candles, right? All of these strategies work, but there's a reason why some entries go straight to stop loss, and there's a reason why some trades go straight into TP. It's not because you're at a casino. It's because you don't understand market structure. You don't understand that price just gave you higher high, higher low, higher high. And you don't understand that even though price gave you a double top at a higher high, and you think that, well, what am I talking about here? Hold on, my bad. At a higher high, it gave you a double bottom, and you think that price is going to continue. You don't understand that you're trading at a higher high, and price has to go down and give you a higher low. If price gives you that double bottom at the higher low, you know you could take that trade back to the top side. It's not because you lost this trade and set and forget and just close your laptop and come back tomorrow. No. You lost this trade because you took a double bottom at a higher high. That's it. It has nothing to do with the market makers are reading your charts and they're tapped in and you're schizophrenic and you think that there's cameras around you and the market makers are looking at you and they're looking at your screen. They don't care about your $200 account, I promise. They don't care about your prop firm 200K account. They don't care about your prop firm 10K account. That's demo money. That's not real. I promise they're not looking at you. I promise you. I put it on my life. They're not looking at you. You're not losing because, oh, I posted a screenshot of my strategy and now the market makers know it and they've been hitting my stop. Yo, that doesn't fucking exist. Get it out of your head. You're a trader. You're not a gambler. If you don't know the rules to the game, you're going to lose. It's that simple. In Call of Duty terms, if you don't know how to fucking rotate, if you don't know that you have to rotate at 20 seconds, right, to go hit the new hill, to go get the spawns, to go flip the spawns out, to then go start spawn trapping them into the old hill. If you don't know where to hit, how to hit it at what time, you're going to lose. Has nothing to do with, oh, they got lucky. No, you fucking lost because you suck. Go do your work. Go watch some VOD. Go watch film. Go understand what's happening. That's another thing that people online, these internet gurus, are going to tell you. You can't go to the past in trading because nothing, I don't even, what is that word they use? You can't go to the past because the past in the market doesn't predict the future. That's the biggest fucking lie anybody will ever tell you about the charts. Because if that was true, then why are we trading double bottoms and double tops? If that's true, why are we trading any strategy? How did people come up with these strategies? Out of the blue? It came with back testing. Like, yo, bro, I'm going to start spazzing out the more I talk. That's why I've been chilling off these sessions, I'm going to be honest. Because the shit I be seeing online and the shit that I be like, some people do that one-on-one, I'm just like, yo, like, you guys got to get off the internet. You have to. You have to get off the internet. It is insane work. For real, for real. So, yeah, again, guys, these pairs, I saw them earlier today. Yo, a lot of EURUSD was the only one that set up nice towards the end of the session. GJ is still one that I'm waiting for, very similar to AU and very similar to EA. It's once we made these higher highs and higher lows, price has just been moving sideways, hasn't really given us a lot of volume. We're still looking for that third push to the top side, but we'll see how the markets look tomorrow morning. GU, again, the exact same thing as EU. We're still on a lower low, lower high area. So these lower time frame zones of consolidation breaks. I'm not really interested in them. Not interested in them. Gonna wait it out. We have 4 days where price has been pushing to the top side. Very unusual behavior. But we understand we had gaps in the market, resets the trend, does what it did what it needed to do. It does what it did. We have 2 days on NZD USD that we've been moving sideways. We're still trading between these lower lows and lower highs. Gonna wait it out for NU. This is moving counter trend, but we are expecting a steeper pullback. We're trading at a lower low area. We're just looking for a lower high. And STP has already been hit for NZD USD. Was there news already at 8? Let's go look real quick. Forexfactory.com. ADR has been hit. Yeah, there was NZD news now at 8 and at 9. Crazy work. Okay, cool. But again, we go and we look at why these short positions were not good. We're trading lower low, lower high, lower low. All we're looking for is a lower high point to be set. So price is doing exactly what it needs to do, man. Like, we've been talking about this for how long now for NZD USD? Like, why am I going to be... Everybody was like, oh, but this is lower low on the 30-minute. Take the trade. Why? Why? Like, we're trading at a lower low on the 4-hour time frame. Why would I take a trade going short at a lower low? Why? It doesn't make any sense. And again, this is exactly what we've been talking about. It just did it right now on the screen. You guys could see exactly why I'm not looking to take lower lows, trades at the lower lows or trades at a higher high. You guys are looking at it 4K. I don't know, bro. Maybe I might be a fucking fortune teller. Maybe. Maybe, bro. This shit's really not difficult. This trading shit is really not difficult. But again, it's not difficult for me because I put in hours. I studied this shit. The same way that you guys know what y equals mx plus b is. How many of you guys in the chat right now, what's y equals mx plus b? That's a genuine ass question. Type it in the chat if you know what y equals mx plus b is. What is that in math? What does that stand for? What does that do? Answer the question in the chat, please, somebody. Same shit with US 30, yo. Like, look at these crazy candles. Yo, imagine. That's a crazy candle. This is the 930 candle open. It did fucking 454 pips. One candle. I'm good off that. Going both ways. If you took a trade going short, or if you took a trade going long in the morning because you thought that you had a break, shout out Roger Banks, and you thought that this was going to go back up, yo, your stop loss was hit. You were so pissed. I already know. For all the people who thought that this is where price was going to melt because this is where price rejected the top of the zone of consolidation and you thought you were good, yo, I know you're pissed. Straight to stop loss. Like both traders. There's no trading this. There's no trading this. Again, unless you trade after, or if you're babysitting the trade and you got lucky and you got out of the trade. But that was a 30-minute candle. In 30 minutes, you got wiped out. I don't know about you guys, but I'm good off that. I don't need to be in that trade. I'm okay. I'll wait for price to start trending. I'll wait for the fake outs to be given. Once the fake outs are given, I'm good. I don't have to trade that. I don't have to trade every single day. Right? I don't. Thankfully, that's a good thing. Can't imagine how stressed people are trying to trade these conditions every single day, bro. You wake up and you're just fucking lost in the sauce. That'd be so stressful. Why is it dependent variable? Think about it. That's just crazy, yo. The fact, even though you didn't give me the right answer, but you're starting off good. You at least are learning the basics. Why is it is a dependent variable. M is the slope. There you go. So you do know the answer, right? The slope-intercept form. How do I know that? Yo, because unfortunately I went to school. The same way that I went to school for how long? Yo, Keyshawn, how long you go to school for? Just think about it, bro. Like, yo, think about how stupid these people sound on the internet. Oh, I don't want to trade. It takes too long. It takes 2 years to learn how to trade. Brother, Keyshawn, how old are you? You don't gotta answer that in the chat. But just think about it. Right? This is just a question for you in your head to think about. How old were you when you first started school? You're about like 4 or 5 years old. Think about it. By the time you get to college and you graduate college, You're gonna be 23, 24 years old. So you're meaning to tell me, and now this is to think about it in a broader way, right? Or let's say where you get out of school, just to give you an example, right? You graduate college, finally you got a degree, and then you want to go get a job, or you graduated college and you made it onto a team. You still had to work. You still had to work 20 years. It took your ass 20 years of education to get a degree and go get a job. And you're meaning to tell me that you can't do 2 years of learning how to trade, you can't do 2 years of learning another skill? Just think about that. How ignorant you think these people sound. And it goes with anything. It doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't matter what job, right? Because most people here work a job. It doesn't matter what job you're doing. How long is it going to take you to learn that skill and be good at it? And be good at it to the point where you're making six figures. Right? Because a person just learning how to do carpentry now and fucking putting wooden slabs together, they're not getting paid six figures their first year. They're getting paid 30, 40K, 50K maybe. If they get bonuses, maybe 60. It's not until year 3, 4, 5 that you start making 70, 80, 90K. And then after year 12, 15 is when you're making the big money if you know how to move around and you know how to talk to people and you know how to get up in the chain at that point when you're working a regular job. So realistically speaking, again, you can't do 2 years of something when you're just saying you can't do it because you're lazy. Because at the end of the day, whether you learn a skill here in trading that's going to take you 2 years or you go learn how to be a mechanic, it's going to take you the same amount of fucking time. So at the end of the day, it's not about how long it's going to take. It just matters about how lazy you are. And not even lazy. It's just a discipline that comes with it. At the end of the day, if somebody tells you right now that you can make $1 million doing what you want to do, you're going to go do what you want to do for $1 million. But yo, sometimes in life, you're not going to have you're not going to be able to do exactly what you want to do. And that's just what life is. Sometimes you got to suck it up, and sometimes you got to go put in the work. That's it. Some people are lucky enough to be able to do something that they love and they don't care what they got to do and they're going to go do it. So some people are very fortunate to live that lifestyle. Some other people, they got to put in the same amount of grind and the same amount of time doing something that they don't really like, and that's okay. At the end of the day, the only way you're going to be able to make it and the only way you're going to be successful is by doing what you got to do. That's it. That's just plain as simple as you could put it. You got to do what you got to do. So, hope you got something from that, man. You know, I'm unk status, so I gotta give you some words of motivation and some things to think about, bro. Cause these people at your school, yo, I know they only be talking about dicks and shit. They ain't fucking using their brains, but it's all good. That's real life, man. Imagine learning how to trade at 12, yo. Fucking, we'd be prodigy. And it's not even imagine learning how to trade at 12. You imagine learning how to trade and you're actually being taught real information at the age of 12. Man, see, now that's different. That's different. Because if you were doing iMarket Live, shit, you're going to be 24 and you still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Damn, that sounded like a stray, because I just remembered. Wait, no, Boo didn't do iMarket Live. I didn't mean it like that, Boo, if you're watching this. But it's facts, though. They really they did you dirty. Was it iMarket Live, though? I don't remember if that's the people that you started with. But facts. My gen is so cooked. Nah, you guys are good, bro. Every generation is like that. Like every every new generation, the older generation want to make them feel bad, but like, yo, how is my generation making your generation feel bad when my generation, we were in school at 6:37 in the morning in the bathroom stalls dancing to Gangnam Style. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we were in the fucking bathroom yelling, "What does the fuck say?" Ding, ding. Like, yo, we were a little dumb. So again, like every that's just being a little kid, bro. That's why I don't like, you know what I mean? Like that's part of growing up. You guys are chilling, bro. You guys are fucking 13, 14 years old. You thinking that we the thing is like, as you get older, you start realizing like, damn, I do sound like but we done with the session, so I'm gonna just talk here for like 5 minutes. Every generation, or as you get, I'll say this, as you get older, you kind of forget how you were as a kid and how people were as a kid. Like you're not gonna remember everything that you did in school and shit like that. It's just impossible. Or some people do have really good memory, and some people, for me, I can't say I didn't enjoy those memories, but it's not memories that I cherish and I hold on to, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could remember this forever. Like I don't give a fuck about none of that. However, my point being is like, yo, we were all kids once. We all did kid shit at one point. Why are we making kids feel bad for being kids? We were all that way. So the older you get, you kind of forget how you were as a kid. And that's why a lot of adults don't let kids be kids. A lot of adults feel like embarrassed about it or like, "Oh, they shouldn't." Like, yo, kids are kids. They're going to do what they got to do. Right? There's certain things that you got to reinforce, obviously. You can't let your kid be a brat, but for certain things and how we act and what they talk about and what they do at school, like, yo, I can't even talk about a lot of the shit that we did in my like middle school, elementary. Obviously, like we were still little ass kids. I can't talk about shit that we did in school. People would look at us crazy, and I know a lot of kids did this shit. I'm not gonna say around the world. I'm gonna say my county, right, in my fucking area where I lived. Like it was a school to school thing. You know what I mean? Like it was a crazy thing. So I can't say that people outside of South Florida. I don't know if they did all this other shit, but we'd get in trouble for what we did. Like if we hold on, what? If we do what we did now, back like if we do that shit now, the shit that we used to do back then, it'll be like on the news type shit. Like we'd be in fucking trouble. So again, like I get it. I don't feel like nobody cooked, bro. You guys are just fucking little ass kids. Wait till you're 15, 16, then you'll see the difference. Now that's the difference. Right? If you're still 15, 16, 17, right, you're already in high school. I'm not even gonna say freshman. I'm not even gonna say sophomore. If you're a junior, senior in high school and you're still a little out of the wave, yeah, we could blame that you're just maturing late, but 9 out of 10 times you're cooked. Look that link up. I don't see no link. Gangnam Style. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh my Gangnam Style. Yeah, that shit was fire. And I was one of those kids, bro. I was shit. It was me and like a group of no bullshit. That's what one thing that I do cherish about my childhood. Like, I always had like a big ass friend group up until graduation of high school. Like, it was always, a group of like maybe 15 of us, maybe 15, 20 kids. And we were in a little ass bathroom, right? Like this bathroom only had it's literally a two-stall 1 urinal bathroom. Like if you were going into a Wawa, if people know what a Wawa is, like when you go into a Wawa restroom, even a little smaller than that, like a little smaller than that, and it was 15 of us, and we were just dancing that shit in front of the mirror, just recording it. Like I wish I know somebody has that video. For sure, somebody has that video. Every state need a Wawa, yo facts. I agree with that. Shit, my phone is on Do Not Disturb. But any questions, guys? That's pretty much it for me today. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we won't have a isolation session, so I'll wake up in the morning. We'll see if there's any trades. If there's any trades, I'll turn the stream on in the morning. Um, but no trades or no stream tomorrow evening. Thursday is Thanksgiving, federal holiday, so really not gonna be no volume in the markets. So I'm not really gonna be trading that. Thursday evening we're not gonna have a session, but we'll be live. If anything is on Friday in the morning, then I'll be live. But if not, then we'll just be back on Sunday for the weekly market breakdown, and we'll go on from there. So pretty much the last session for this week is pretty much this one. So I'm glad that I gave you guys a little information. I gave you guys a good amount of information today. An hour stream is not bad. Alright guys, no questions in the chat. We'll see you guys later. Peace out. Any questions again, let me know in the Discord or on Instagram or on Twitter. I'll make sure to answer your questions. That's it. Thanks again, man. I really appreciate these sessions. No problem, Mr. Kendall. No problem. Alright guys, peace out.